on Game Night. My name is Matt Diorio, your host, as always. As you can see, this week we're down a few of our squares like we had last week, but that was a blast having the Final Fantasy crew on. This week, making a return to his show, part of the CGN fam, comic book artist and writer V Ken Marion.
VK!
What up, VK? What's up, baby?
Yo, what's up, everyone?
And for some odd reason, I don't know why VK wanted to, subject his partner to his writing partner to this torture, but VK's writing partner on their new comic, Battle Chronicle Sol-Stryker. Joining us is Jason Matthews.
Thank you very much. Really happy to be here.
Good name, man. Good name.
And
back
from his week hiatus, which needed to be done, and we missed him last week. But is it need one? Gerard Barrera.
What is up, all my nerds? VK, Jason, thank you guys for joining us. VK, welcome back, baby. It's been too long. Excited to hear about the new comic, and yeah, man, good to be back. Good to be back, and missed you guys.
And I got to bring this one out of the vault a little bit, but because he's got a tournament this week, we are joined by our version of the Green Arrow, the babyface one, Theo Walski.
Hey,
Arrow. I don't like Oliver, man. No. I'm doing Hawkeye. Hawkeye.
You want Hawkeye?
All right.
Yeah.
Hawkeye. I like
okay,
it.
man.
I like
I'll
that.
give you Hawkeye.
I ain't going
Go
DC.
for Hawkeye.
No, go
for
Marvel, man.
Hawkeye.
Go Marvel.
Yeah.
You do.
I'm
You
sorry,
realize
VK. I'm
is
sorry,
all
VK.
like DC.
I mean, maybe not all of DC, but still, I think we got to agree. Green Arrow sucks.
He's got a cool little. He's got a weird mustache.
The mustache.
Yeah.
Well, you said
Green Arrow
so
2,
I get more
Connor
of like
Hawk,
a Speedy vibe, like a Roy Harper vibe.
Okay,
you know,
we
like,
could
See, there you go.
We can give a speed.
Yeah.
Arsenal. Yeah,
And last but not least, the man with the couch, our maitre d' services, the Lion's Mane, the man, the myth, the legend, Jason Belidio.
How's it going, guys? How's it going tonight? VK, welcome back, sir. Jason, best name. Love you already. I'm glad to have you guys on today. Yo,
No bias at all.
Dude,
No
he's already
bias.
sucking up to the guest.
Hey, you know what? You know what? There is bias right now. There is bias. I'm not gonna lie. Jason's gotta stick together, bro.
it's a solid '80s name. Solid '80s, not the
Yeah.
'80s, '90s kids.
Exactly. Solid name.
Yeah, but he
anyways,
missed most of the 80s.
I was born in the 80s, bro. Like, come on, give me a break.
So,
What?
Jason, did your mom pick? So my mom picked it because if you look at a calendar, you look at the first letters of the months. It's July, August, September, October, November.
Oh,
So it spells Jason.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
I wouldn't have thought
I've
of
not
that.
heard that one.
That's
I've never
creative.
thought about that.
That's very creative.
Mine
I
was,
have not
mine
heard
was
that either.
based off Dynasty character. So
Oh, even that's no.
Okay.
That's win. That's a win.
I guess and I'm like, all right, sure, why not?
Anyways,
Old for
VK,
me.
how
I'm
you
glad
been?
that Matt laughed though.
Yeah,
Matt
because
remembers
I'm
it.
old enough to remember when Dynasty was actually on. Okay,
Oh,
So funny.
good time.
I think I
that.
watched it with my grandma in Oklahoma, like after Golden Girls, but before designing women or something.
That's
dude,
awesome.
that was that whole. Hold on, this is gonna date me.
I've
so
only
much, but
ever
that
heard
is-
of it. That's it.
So
I've heard of it.
Jason, that
Don't worry,
whole-
Matt, you're already
I've heard
dated.
of the show.
Do you
That
see?
very
I don't see
dated.
enough. I don't see enough gray in the room here.
that's because I trimmed it down a little bit. But no, that whole block of like designing women, Golden Girls, and Dynasty, like that whole block made up like 80s families week, So yeah.
We'll do it, Matt. You and I will do a separate podcast about being subjected to watch MASH with our grandparents.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yes, but then our
Yeah.
parents let us watch things like
Oh.
A-Team.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, see all of that.
As long as you throw in Gilligan's Island in there too.
All of that.
That was on reruns.
Yeah.
It was on
So?
reruns.
Oh, I
Hey,
thought
man,
Nick at Night.
I remember
Gilligan's
like,
Island
Nick
was
at-
still good.
Nick at Night.
Yeah,
I thought the
Gilligan's
Wonder
Island.
Years actually filmed in the 70s. I thought growing up, like it was like a contemporary show to the 70s.
And
that's right.
I watched that every week when they released the new episode.
bro.
Dude, come on. I was like watching like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air every week with new
Yeah.
episodes.
Saved
I
by the
remember
Bell.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember for
Back when we had TGI Friday,
Oh yeah, man.
Boy Meets World. Yeah.
You know, you had all
Oh,
the
Boy Meets World.
you know, Family Matters and all of that. You know, it was great. So
What was the other one with the Suzanne Summers and that
Step by
other
step.
Step by Step, thank you.
Step by step,
day by day. Oh my yes, bro. Yeah, that was TGIF,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah.
And then
Oh
it was
man,
also-
that
yeah.
was the random
good.
with the all right, that character, dude, and then
So
back when
awesome.
Saturday morning cartoons were
he's a
a thing.
UFC fighter,
Oh,
like
man.
so crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get we got
awesome
a lot to
shows.
talk about. because
Anyways,
we
This
wanna
is
make sure
related.
to-
No, actually, this is like indirectly.
Yeah.
We'll come back to this. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry, but yeah,
It's the
it'll-
most creative
it'll
segue
relate.
ever.
Yeah.
But there's something I want to get to because I mean, we definitely one of the big reasons VK's on the show is because he's got a new book, and we want to talk about that new book because you know we had him last time VK was on. We talked about what was it, Death Shroud? Yep.
No, this was
But-
over a year. It was a long time ago. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
been a while,
VK's
guys.
now
It's been a
moved
while.
on.
And
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
awesome
man.
Kickstarter with the variants of his
Yep.
book, which were amazing.
Great premise.
So, but let's talk about some gaming news real quick. I know normally we do that at the back half of the show, but we're gonna be talking comics and all that at the back half. So, real quick, announcement came out today that Xbox is gonna be closing 4 studios,
Jeez. That's 4.
and
Damn.
you've got Arcane Austin, which was the maker of Redfall, which we all know the problems that Redfall had with that. They're still trying to figure out how they're going to
was
refund
bad.
people for the DLC that was set to come out.
It was just bad.
You had Tango Gameworks, which just released not too long ago Hi-Fi Rush, which was acclaimed.
Yeah.
It's just such a bummer. Yeah.
You've got Roundhouse Studios, which was one of the studios behind Elder Scrolls Online. And then Alpha Dog Games, which was the maker of the mobile game Mighty Doom, which was a top-down Doom type game. Microsoft and Phil Spencer are getting heat for this, and rightfully so, because they just said they were going to start investing more money into Tango because of the success of Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh.
They also did Evil Within.
Rightfully so. I mean, it was nominated for how many awards? I mean,
It
all
just
that
won another award,
all
like
that
at some other
exposure.
game show.
And
So
then, you know, like, oh hey, by the way, you're closing down.
yes.
Damn,
And they said
man.
some of the folks will get absorbed into it, but one of the other reasons Microsoft's getting heat and whatnot today is because they basically released a new controller that has like a fire theme to it, and they said, "Feel the burn." You know, go to the store and go pre-order the new controller.
2 on the nose.
It was bad.
Okay.
Like,
Damn.
That is
So-
2 on the nose. You're firing people
Yep.
by giving a firing controller. Like,
yeah, like a fire controller. So
what the
um,
heck? That's
That's
a
rough.
lot
I
on
hope
the
those
nose.
folks land on their feet, and you know, some of them do get absorbed into Bethesda. The rest, you know, I know some studios have already started putting out there that they're hiring, so hopefully they can pick up something real quick. But again, this is Fallout, and I think a lot of people are like going after like Xbox, but overall, we've talked about this, is that these studios and the publishers basically thought COVID numbers were going to be the new thing. I mean, come on, we were all in our houses with disposable income because we can go anywhere, you know, so all these studios ramped up. They started producing all these, you know, more games and bring on more staff, and they realized the money's not coming in. The only company that I know of that didn't do it was Nintendo. They basically said, this is going to be a blip on the radar. We're going to keep doing our levels where we're at. We're going to release them on our schedule. And so far, they're the only one that hasn't done any layoffs. PlayStation, Xbox, you know, plus, you know, 2K, Bungie had layoffs. So with that, I want to talk to Jason Belidio. Jason, it is that time for you, sir.
It is
That was
that
a little bit
time
of a
of month,
tease.
sir.
There's a little bit of a tease there.
Here are your.
I feel like
ready on the couch.
I feel like Jason and I got excited that you were going to ask Jason Matthews something, but no, you had to
I know,
segue at the side
I
here.
was on deck, man. I was ready.
So,
Come on
with
now.
that, here are your monthly games for May
Look
for
at that
PlayStation
lineup.
Plus.
Look at that
This is
lineup.
actually a good lineup now.
Yeah.
This lineup. My
got
goodness.
FC 24, which is formerly known as FIFA. You've got Ghost Runner 2, you've got Lightfall for Destiny 2, and you've got Tunic, which Tunic is one that I've wanted to pick up.
I've wanted to pick up Tunic as well.
Yeah. I will grab that thing for free
because it's a direct. I mean, obviously a direct homage to like Zelda, and
yeah,
I heard it does it like absolute justice. Like it is a fun game.
Well, look at that
and
lineup.
Lightfall is pretty good timing too, because Bungie just made the previous expansions free until the next one.
Wait, all the previous expansions are free?
Yeah, all the previous ones. So
I might have to go into the PlayStation Store and grab all that.
Yeah, all those. They're free right now until Final Shape comes out. So for like 3 weeks.
Cool.
So as long as you get a hold of them, you're good. So
see ya,
Jason.
Yeah.
Here's your lineup.
Yeah, and this is what I've been saying. You can't have like just AAA banger titles every month. Stop it. Like it's not gonna happen. You know, you get like maybe one. You get like a couple that are like, it carries over.
But consistency is what works.
Exactly.
Right?
Like you have to. There's no way you can like finish all 4 of these games within 1 month. I mean, yes, there is a possibility. But I mean, again, like next month might be like a little slow month, it's a 50-50 only because it's the start of summer. So people are out of schools, but at the same time, it could be either way where it's like, you know what, you get an amazing lineup right now with Tunic, FC24, even Destiny 2, get you back into Destiny, especially since we're losing. And I want to go back to Xbox real quick. I think it's in my opinion, in my eyes, the reason why those are closing down is because they were batting for the wrong team, man. Like if you put Hi-Fi Rush on the PS5 instead, I'm not gonna lie,
it's on PS5.
It is on PS5.
No, I know, but I mean, if you like only have it over there, like push it as a exclusive game, as Microsoft have seen, their exclusive games have not been successful as much. They're.
I feel like you're getting dangerously close to telling them to pull a Helldivers 2 right now.
Well, there's rumor in the.
Because they do not pull Helldivers 2 right now. Do not pull that.
So, I mean, like Helldivers 2 actually might be batting for the wrong team as well. I mean, as I've said many times before on this podcast, Xbox, stick to your literal guns and give out banger shooters like all day.
Yes, man.
But that all got rescinded, the Sony thing now, from what I heard.
After the community just went
after the
nuts on that.
Broke hell,
It made no sense. It made no sense.
So real quick, the rumors of Halo and Forza going PlayStation are ramping up even hardcore now. Like after this, there's a lot that there's.
I'll take Forza on PS5.
Yeah,
I'll take Forza and Halo on PS5.
I'll take Halo on PS5.
Yeah,
that's
I also heard something else, and if you can confirm this, Matt or guys, DL, I also heard the Gears of War Legacy collection was also coming to PS5.
There's rumor so the rumors right now, and I'm going to say this, they're rumors until they're confirmed by Phil Spencer and company at Xbox, right? Is that they're going to shift gears and go more the publisher route. There's also rumor that they're talking about any game that you own on your Xbox account will be playable on any of your devices. So on xCloud. So like if I can play, so like for me,
because
like
I heard specifically they're coming out with like a physical edition.
Oh yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that's swirling right now.
Okay,
and so nobody's going to know really until.
All right.
I think they're gonna have some major announcements for IGN Live because it's already been confirmed Xbox and Phil Spencer will be there with a presentation. So, anyways,
it's gonna be interesting. I hope it doesn't. I hope those rumors aren't true, because if Halo and Forza go over to the other side, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a huge hit on Gran Turismo. It's gonna be a huge hit on all the other. Shooters
it will absolutely, in my eyes, as much as there's
competition.
I'll buy. Yeah, I'm gonna buy Halo. I'll buy Gears of War.
I
want my old games back.
So Forza will give Gran Turismo a run for its money.
I mean,
Oh,
Forza
yeah.
honestly will
I've
probably
played
take him
I've
out.
played the new Forza
If-
and I've
if
played the new
not,
Gran Turismo, and
Succeeded. Yeah.
GT can't touch it. Can't touch
Yeah,
Forza. So
exactly. GT might be
all
the
right.
end of it if Forza goes over.
So before we talk comics and nerd out about comics with VK, real quick, VK, you wanted to speak on Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
So I only got through about half your episode last week because the spoilers started like shooting
We didn't
everywhere.
spoil anything.
No.
We didn't actually spoil
texted
anything.
I texted you,
Yep.
and then one other thing, like I kept listening, then something popped up about like Aerith at the end. I was like, oh no, turn it off. But yeah, I'm only at
Not risking it at all.
chapter 9. Yeah, no, not risking it. I'm spoiler free, man. I haven't watched any YouTube videos on anything. I don't know what's happening. So I'm on chapter 9. It's going really good. Having a ton of fun. I think it's even better than part 1, which is awesome. I don't know. Do you guys think that?
I honestly, I am enjoying it way more than 1. I love the openness, like the openness of the map, the fact that you can eventually get like a buggy or riding chocobos.
Yeah,
but legitimately riding from one destination to the other. Like it feels like an open map where a bit, I get a bit of more nostalgia about like like roaming the map in the first one for PlayStation.
yeah,
And
totally.
yeah. So I agree. I really enjoy it now. I more than 1.
Yeah, and the way they handle all the characters too, like they got really deep in like the storytelling. Like you can tell, like they're like really like, and all the like the voice actors and all the animation they put into it. Like it's like how I saw it in my head as a kid. They're just dialing it up. It's so good.
I really love the opportunities it gives you to deepen the relationship with the characters too. So like as long as they're in the green, you got a good relation. But I love that there's those opportunities and you can have those like conversations with them and form those bonds. So like it deepens it a little bit more. So like I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah,
And I'm like going kind of Matt's route too. So I'm like trying to do every encounter, win every Queen's Blood match, which gets frustrating at
How is it frustrating
moments.
for you, man? It's simple, man.
Yeah,
actually,
once you figure it out.
Once you figure it out.
No, I will say this: once you get up to
they
level
alter
9
the
and
rules
higher,
where like it's weird.
but
yeah.
Final Fantasy's good. I've actually took a break from it for days.
Jason, I feel like your experience is a little unfair since you beat Sekiro and Jerry didn't. So I feel like the skill level is a little different.
You know what?
Damn.
Just putting it out there.
I put
Just
that
saying.
to rest, but sometimes it still hurts. Still, God, that can still stung. Like
I
gotta put it in perspective, man.
No,
But
I'm just kidding. No.
To throw out there too, though, Theo, I am.
It's triggering. That game is just
currently
triggering.
at the moment behind Jerry in this game right
Just
now.
the title.
And Final Fantasy.
Well, where are you at, Jerry?
In Final Fantasy?
Yes.
Yeah. Chapter
like 11.
Yeah, see, I'm still chilling in Jinan. So just very beginning.
All right. So much to do in the open world.
Maybe 10.
Yeah, that's why.
Maybe 10.
Let's consult. Let's consult.
BK, how far are you in?
Chapter 9. I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm the big like action set piece that happens in chapter 9.
All I care right now is all I need to know is what chapter Gold Saucer is, because I am ready to spend all my hours in there.
Well, there's 2 parts to Gold Saucer, right?
No, just get me to Gold Saucer and minigame me all day. That's all I care.
Well, so like
yes, there's 2 parts.
So because the first time you go, you can't. You can do the mini games kind of quickly. I think it's like after you finish the first part, you can go back, and that's when like it's like
there's a spot you have to go back to Gold Saucer.
Oh, okay.
So, and that's where you can do everything else. So, I'm on. I just started chapter 13.
But yeah, my body's ready to spend
the furthest.
Spend Matt like hours on Gold Saucer. That's it.
Yeah. All right, VK, I'm going to give you choice. Do you want to start in the realm of Marvel or start in the realm of DC?
Let's start with Marvel. Let's start because I think I know what you want to talk about.
Get
All
it
right.
out the way. Let's get out the way. I
So
like
we got
it,
some,
BK.
we got
Get out the
a
way.
few things to talk about here. So, first, and I know, so Jason, let me ask this: are you watching X-Men?
I am watching it. This is the only Marvel
Okay,
show I've been watching.
I should say this: Lion's Mane. Are you watching?
Yeah.
X-Men. I'll say Jason, as in Jason Matthews. So,
Well, I mean,
Jason,
Jason, are you watching?
I mean, you already
X-Men as
confused
well,
us
or what?
earlier this episode, so come on now.
So,
No,
Jason,
I no, I am not watching X-Men 97. I'm going to be a terrible guest. The last thing I watched was Loki. That was
Okay,
even my
me
catching
too.
up.
Oh,
Don't
But did
worry.
you see season 2 though? Was that season 2 or season 1?
Yeah, no, season 2.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay,
You're
Then we got a
ahead of
few
me.
years
ahead
that
of
you're
me.
back.
You're ahead of
Okay.
me.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I haven't seen X-Men 97 yet either, but I've been hearing nothing but kick-ass things, and I've been spoiled. Like all my friends have been telling me what's happening, and like
Man.
Nightcrawler's
Oh.
my boy, Nightcrawler and Arcane.
Oh,
are my favorites.
dude.
okay, so let's talk
Bro.
about
Yeah,
that.
I have been following the news about the casting
Just
director
be-
being
get
fired,
excited.
and
Yeah,
That's all I'm
nobody
saying.
knows
Yeah.
why. Nobody knows why the
Yeah.
producer was
It
fired.
was the OnlyFans,
Yeah,
I
it was
mean,
he had an
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
it was the
Yeah.
image
Well,
thing. Yeah.
yeah. If that's what it was,
I
then you know what,
if
I
you
get
work
it.
for, I don't know how, we're not going to get political about it, but if you work for Disney, you can be diverse. I mean, Disney is trying to put that front and forward right now, but you can't be diverse and on OnlyFans, right? You can't show your junk on OnlyFans and expect Disney's going to be okay with that.
Yeah.
You can be diverse, but not perverse.
I'm pulling a
Right.
Theo right now.
Jeez.
I'm gonna pull a Theo. I
What?
just got food delivered to me.
Noise.
Hey,
It's Collector's Corner this week. Yeah.
mini
Nice.
pizza.
Anyways, so to that episode, I'm just gonna say right now, holy fuck! I thought the first episode, like each episode, is getting better. Like
Oh, dude.
Dude,
the
Oh,
last
yeah.
episode,
that little clip of Nightcrawler, and I'm like, damn man, he's my favorite
Oh,
X-Men. Like,
dude,
finally,
that's
they're
why.
doing it
No,
right.
dude, that's why I'm
I saw
saying.
Captain
get
America
excited.
shows up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cap shows up.
And that's
Rogue-
current. Like
Rogue
that's
takes
that's
his
not
shield.
a like flashback. That's current. It's awesome.
Rogue's like, you don't need this then.
Oh,
Throws
dude.
his shield off in the middle of the mountains. You get to see, just like in the comics, VK, Nightcrawler and Wolverine fighting side by side and
Dude,
doing
I
what they
can't
do
wait.
best.
And with the swords, got the swords too.
Yes.
Like, hell yeah.
And-
yeah.
I just want
Oh,
a
damn.
fastball special.
Sorry, I just looked it up. I'm at chapter 8, so you're actually ahead of me. So there we go.
There we go.
At least I'm
But
honest.
I
Shut
will
up,
say
Jason.
this:
True.
What? Wow.
Shut up.
that
So aggressive.
I already feel the judgment.
the
I already
ending
feel it.
to last week's episode was fuck.
Oh.
We actually get to see why Magneto is an Omega level mutant.
Oh man, just
Yeah,
like
He's depowered, right? Isn't that
No, so that's the thing. Like he escapes, and
he's
the collar's
like
off.
he's just a
chills-
breakout character.
he
of
goes
this,
on
of
up
this
to the
entire
north-
season. I think
He goes on up to the North Pole and unleashes essentially the equivalent of an EMP.
a
for the
worldwide EMP. Yeah,
Shuts down
It's
all the Alpha
insane.
Sentinels, everything, and
but there isn't just that moment. There's also the moment where he takes a train and uses it as a freaking whip against a Sentinel attack. That's what I'm saying. Like, get excited. It's such each episode is just really well drawn out and well done.
and just hearing Professor X go to me, my X-Men,
oh,
that was
Yes.
to me,
that was
like,
childhood right
oh,
there.
dude,
This
it was
episode-
awesome. Yeah,
I actually tweeted out at Eric and Julia Leewald, and I was like, this made me feel, this episode specifically made me feel like the 90s X-Men. Sitting down on a Saturday morning and watching the cartoon. This episode,
yeah.
among all others, made me feel that way. And because I am part of D23, they do their insider thing every week.
Oh, sweet.
And they released a little 10-second clip of this week's episode. Holy fuck. We're getting just this. Yeah. I'm not going to spoil anything because I can't wait to see the full scene. But yeah, X-Men 97 is just fantastic. Now let's talk. I want to get your
Well,
opinions.
one thing before you move on with that, I to add from my background. So they in Lego they haven't released the not the Quinjet, the black what's
Blackbird?
the jet? The
Blackbird is
They haven't
out.
released the Lego Blackbird in several years, and so they're doing an XMen 97 Blackbird, and it's the purple suit Magneto with the white M on the chest.
Yep.
And so it's gonna
Have
be
you
Oh,
seen the
rare
Have you
chase
seen the
figure.
price on that thing?
I know.
$80
It's 'cause-
freaking dollars.
I have the original one from like way back when. That was like when me and my wife first started dating. She got me that for Valentine's Day. Actually.
Oh,
Like,
no
OG.
way.
That.
So much.
That
So cute.
When's your
reason why
anniversary?
she's a keeper, right? That's
totally,
awesome.
totally. Yeah, no,
When's your anniversary, VK?
December 19th. Yeah, so it's
Okay. So
Yeah.
let's just lay it out there. Anniversary's coming up. Holidays are coming up. You know, there's a new version of the X Jet coming out. You know,
There we
that'd make a great gift.
totally.
Just saying.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sick.
So which
Oh my
that
goodness.
thing is, look at that
That's
thing.
tight.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
And they went and blew it up during the show. Anyways, so BK and Jason, I want to see what your guys' impressions. How are you feeling about Daredevil and Wolverine?
Do you mean Deadpool?
You mean Deadpool?
Or
Wolverine?
Deadpool, sorry, Deadpool and Wolverine rather.
I'm like,
Dude,
what
I was
is-
so
yeah, I know.
confused.
Yeah.
No,
I was like,
Daredevil's
what?
gonna
Will
be in
come
it.
from.
No.
Okay.
I'm psyched. Psyched. Totally
I'm psyched. I
man.
have a lot of thoughts on this. Like, clearly, it's it's an alternate Wolverine, but that's okay. There's so many teasers in the trailer. There's the Rob Liefeld teasers. There's the the Sleepless Wolverine. I think you're gonna get. Oh, and you can freeze the still, and you can see. It looks like, Toad's in there, and Sabretooth, the original Sabretooth.
Oh,
in there,
yeah,
Tyler
Azazel.
Mane, and Azazel's in there.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be kind of like Scarlet Witch, where there's cameos and nods to other universes, but I think he's going to lean into it. I really do, and I do think Daniel Radcliffe is going to show up. I do.
Think he's gonna be the new.
I think so.
No, I think I don't know. I think he's going to blip. I think he's and there's going to be a patch. There's going to be. I think there's
Yeah,
going to.
I think they're gonna lean into those fan casts and like
So-
just give it like here you
Real
go.
quick, guys.
IMDb
has been updated.
Ooh.
Oh, there she
Okay.
is. There she is.
Who-
So we
that's
do
why
in
you said
fact-
Daredevil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why you said Daredevil. It was like
because it's
before
rumored
the
is
end.
Ben Affleck is supposed to be in it as Daredevil.
Yep.
But yeah,
Mark.
you've got. But here's the updates when we were just talking about it, right? Kelly Hu
Pyro.
is back as Lady Deathstrike.
Oh,
Ray
yeah.
Stark is
Yep.
officially back as Toad.
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 Yeah,
Is
he's in that freeze
Pyro
frame.
coming back?
There's
Pyro's
that-
there.
so-
yeah.
It's not
Um,
clear if they're all from the same universe or if they're like pulled from different universes.
so apparently it's the Toad and Pyro from the original X-Men, like that
Okay.
trilogy. Lady
Hmm.
Deathstrike, it's from the Wolverine movie. Azazel, it's the one from First Class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got X-23, and then you've got Colossus, which
That's
we're
crazy.
still wondering which Colossus we're getting.
Colossus.
But
Well, that's from the Deadpool side because you see him in the
Yeah.
trailer.
Oh my god, dude, I can't wait. The fact that Wolverine's wearing the actual costume is like,
Yeah.
why did it take so long? But like, it's so
Yeah.
good we finally have it.
And
So good.
it's the rumor is that we possibly will see the cowl as well. So hopefully
Oh, you will. I've seen
Okay.
merch. I've seen merch. Where
Ooh,
they got it.
oh,
yeah,
Yeah, like
I'm
toys
tr- I'm
that-
that's
trying
the
to stay
problem.
away-
Is
like the only things I've seen really are the first and second trailer. That's all I've ever seen.
yeah.
okay. Can I just say the best line is when they go? It's in the newest trailer when they go and then you see Ant-Man's head and it opens up to show his skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says, Deadpool's like, "Oh, Paul Rudd actually aged."
Oh yeah, I think that was on one of the TV spots. Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that
So-
version of it yet. I've only seen the
it's
YouTube.
hilarious. It's the latest trailer. It's hilarious. is freaking hilarious. And it's like,
Oh man, I want to be Ryan Reynolds for like a day. You know, if I could do like
Yeah.
if I could just do like a being John Malkovich
Oh,
of
man.
being Ryan Reynolds.
And the fact that both his Wrexham teams, I don't know if you guys are following that. That's an
Yeah.
amazing
I
show.
am, yeah.
Like that's a recommend as well.
Yeah.
But this past year, like success
yep.
he's just riding the success train right now.
Midas touch, yeah. No, and
It's
he's investing. I
insane.
mean, he's
The
investing in
Mint
these
Mobile
Canadian
thing, the
tech
Mint Mobile
companies. Yeah.
sale. Yeah. So like he's been doing it. And then I think he also sold
I think Mint just got sold.
aviation.
Yeah.
Mint Mobile just got
No,
sold.
Mint did,
And
yeah.
he just took that and he's investing in another tech, you know,
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, all right.
Yeah, that dude's definitely investing in the future.
The
and,
dude
like,
never
that,
stops working. That's what,
yeah,
that's
but
one
I
thing.
think sooner or later we're gonna see him just like, yep, I'm done.
He's
Oh,
done and it's
totally.
time for Blake to get
I
back
think
to
we're
work.
gonna get it like, hey guys, I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
remember
All
all
right.
this that I was doing? I'm done.
For
like,
sure.
yeah,
For sure.
All
Oh,
right.
I was
this
hoping you
is-
bring it up.
Oh yeah.
This is why I said Marvel or DC first.
Ugh.
All right,
Okay,
here's
cool.
the
I don't-
suit.
I'm gonna let Ken go because Ken's got Ken is if you did a psychological profile of VK, and you did on Superman, they'd be like the same person. So
Yeah, so I'm like, I've been seeing like controversy on this like online with my friends and stuff. Like, I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, I was kind of surprised because like they're rebooting all this, right, to get away from the Snyder stuff. But like this looked very Snyderish to me when I first saw it, and I was like, huh. Like I was expecting it to be more like the classic suit, like the brighter colors, like not like that like rubbery kind of like texture.
Armor
But
type.
like
Yeah.
yeah, but I will say
feel
I do
completely different.
like really because I like the new 52 Arrow Superman. Like, so I like the collar, I like that he's got the lines and stuff. Like I think the S looks cool because it's reminiscent of
Kingdom
the
Come.
Kingdom Come version of Superman. But yeah, I mean, I think the pose is weird. Like I think it would have been cooler if he was, you know, like standing like with like an eagle on his arm or something, and like
well, no, but I was gonna say the same thing. I like the suit, but that's the one thing that's throwing me off. So there's this cataclysmic thing happening in the background, and he's just sort of casually putting his boots on, like, well, you know, gotta go to work, unless it's like
Yeah.
just happening. But no,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I want to hear your take, but I just to say I like it too. I feel like it's what a real superhero might wear. You know, it's not skin tights. It's like a spacesuit. You know, but
Yeah.
but yeah.
I like that it's not skin tight. Like I like that there's not sculpted muscles into it, because like
Yep.
that I like with like Ben Affleck's suit in Batman versus Superman. I thought there was like, I remember
Too
when they
much.
first showed that. I thought
It
it was
was too
kind of
much.
corny looking because it was like
Yeah.
like his like forearms had the muscles sculpted into the forearms. And I was like, that's kind of like bordering on like Batman and Robin kind of stuff. So I like that they're getting away from the sculpted
agree.
look, but like dude, I love the energy, whatever's going on in the background that looks like so Dragon Ball Z. Like that looks like it's gonna make so promising some like cool fights.
I know, but he's
It
so like,
seems.
this doesn't concern me. I'll get around to it.
Don't get
Sorry,
me
go
wrong.
ahead.
I do really like the suit. The only thing that I think I just don't like the angle or the pose, because for me, I kind of agree. There was a reviewer or YouTuber that kind of it hit the nail on the coffin, so to speak. That it gives me real like kind of CW vibes, a little
I could
bit,
see that.
just
Yeah.
a little bit, but like
No, it does. I mean, yeah, it does
I
feel a
mean,
little cosplay. Yeah.
but
Well,
that's why I want to see a
specify
different
your
angle, 'cause,
CW vibes though. Are you talking about Supergirl
CW?
vibes or Smallville
Arrowverse.
CW?
no, kind of like Supergirl, a little
Okay.
That Flash kind. Yeah, this looks
Oh,
like it
yeah.
could like look next to like the CW Flash for sure. Like
yeah.
I mean, when I first saw it, I definitely got like, huh, like you know what I mean? Like
bit. Yes. Okay.
the
So
more I
I
look
had
at
the
it-
same reaction, but the more I'm right with you. I lean more into it. Where like I still like it, but there's just that little something.
I
I
wish the
like.
colors were brighter. I wish it was a brighter blue, like the Christopher Reeve, like bright blue. Like I really wish he had that. Like,
Well,
super
I
bright
think
blue.
it's supposed to be because that's the other thing that's weird is the pants are bright blue and
Yeah.
the shirt is really dirty. So
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it looks like it's burnt in, like he's already finished a fight.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's some damage, some battle damage. Yeah,
Like he needs to go to the cleaners, you know. He needs to
but
get
but
that
yeah, I
cleaned.
think it's
I
just
mean,
the pose.
super
Like I
cleaners.
want to see him like.
Super
You're
cleaners.
right, like with in the pose or
Yeah.
something like that. Because I'd really
I
like.
think what's funny about this whole thing is we're bitching about the pose when it should be about the suit. Like, who cares? Like, here's my thing with it. Like,
But that's what
I
I think
it's a
that's what
first
we're
look,
trying to get to
right?
it. It's
And
just like we want to see more of the suit because it's hard to kind of make a decision on it because I'm questionable on it. That's what I mean. I'm not fully
I'm
sold.
questionable. I said this to Ken. I said this to V earlier. I'm questionable on the printing. Like you look at the chest, you look at the like the chassis right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's printed. Then but the knee pad is lifted. It's there's texture to it. So I just don't understand why this is all printing like a t-shirt.
That's what I mean by the
Yeah.
CW kind of
Yeah.
vibe. So like that's why I want to see a full in the pose or the full spectrum of it because
I mean, if you
can't
really
get-
want, CW, we could go back and get the red blue blur.
Hey man, Smallville was amazing.
I love
Smallville is
I'm not
amazing.
making a joke. I love Smallville. I
Or
absolutely
like
love
the
Smallville.
'90s Flash show, with like.
Oh man, I love the fact they brought him back in
Dude.
the Flash show. It was so awesome. It was cool.
I saw somebody that made
That 90s show was awesome too. That was ahead of its
fan
time,
trailer.
I feel like.
Justice League.
Justice League was made in the 90s and it had the 90s Flash in it. It had Linda Carter. It had
Keaton probably as Batman.
Yeah, it had Keaton as Batman. Yeah, it was really well put together. I'll have to find the
Nice.
TikTok.
That'd be
But-
You
cool.
guys,
See, here's my thing is I like the design, but we'll have to see how it functions.
yeah.
And how it looks when he's actually moving in the suit, like, because as he's sitting down, you can see the wrinkles in it. Like, it's just like a suit. I think if he's smart, VK, he's not going to touch the Christopher Reeve suit with a 100-mile pole.
Really?
Here's the reason
Well,
why.
it's
right?
iconic. Yeah.
It's iconic, and they tried to do it with Superman Returns. And as much as I enjoyed Brandon Routh as and he did at that point in his career, he looked.
Well, and he was kind of he was supposed to be playing the same character. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, but he had
that's why Brando
he had
came. That's why they
brown-
brought Brando back, right?
But it wasn't though. He had the brown cape. His S was like super tiny. Like it wasn't the Christopher Reeve suit. It was like
No, but I'm just saying is the reason you don't
Yeah.
touch it with a 100-mile pole is because of who Christopher Reeve is.
yeah. No,
And
I get
he
that.
is the symbol, right? And if you
Yeah.
go and you put somebody else in that exact suit when you're trying to reboot the universe, like James Gunn is trying to do,
Yeah.
it could come off really bad, right? You have that part of the DC fandom that Christopher Reeve is
Oh, he's Superman.
it's Superman. No
Yeah.
knock on Henry Cavill, who did a great Superman in my eyes and whatnot,
I
but
like
you
him in the
can't
role.
touch
Yeah.
Christopher Reeve. You can't.
This guy looks a lot like Henry Cavill, which I think is another funny thing that like
He kind of
they're
does.
trying to
Yeah.
reboot, but like I think like if you this is the thing like about this
That's
picture,
funny.
like the color palette, how this
Yeah.
like everything, like if I showed my mom this picture and said, check it out, it's for the next Superman movie, like she would not even notice the difference between like Henry Cavill and
yeah.
like, this guy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just
That's
like-
it.
Oh,
That's
there
why
it is.
Is this the one you were talking about?
Kevin Costner.
Oh,
That's
Kevin
pretty good.
Costner.
That's
I'll put
pretty
it
That's
back.
some AI.
It's
right
like an
there.
80s one.
No.
Harrison
This
Ford.
is a
Hey,
different.
That's
No,
not bad.
no, there's another one out there.
John
Look at John
Travolta.
Travolta.
I don't know.
No,
who.
Theo, there's
I-
another one out there that's got Mia Sarah as Wonder. No, that's horrible.
I've
That's a
talked
horrible
about-
cast there.
I've talked about with this with my friends a lot, like if they made like Justice League in the 90s, but with like the action guys, like if you had like Stallone as Superman and like Seagal as Batman and like Van Damme as Green Lantern.
Oh
know,
my
that-
God.
Gall is
It's like-
Batman? What? That
Yeah,
would be
dude,
awful.
My-
There's
the way
one
he
I
talks,
saw.
My
if you-
parents died in an alley. It was
No, he's
I'm
still
Bruce
be
Wayne.
Superman.
Oh, he's Superman.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my
They
God.
yeah,
I'm
they
an
talked to
idiot.
Stallone for that role. Yeah,
Oh,
Oh
jeez.
no.
So-
it's like, do you remember in was the Wizard magazine? Remember they would have those fan casts, like they would, the writers would cast the
Man,
the
Wizard
junior guys.
magazine. Yes.
I had a
um,
couple,
Schwarzenegger
I still
with
got
the
a couple
Flash.
of them.
all right.
Yo, Schwarzenegger would have been a great Flash. Come on, just look at Jingle All the Way, and you're like,
Still got a couple
Oh
of them
my
right here.
god.
Oh
my
man.
God.
That takes me
Right.
back, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I worked for them for a
so
little
good.
bit.
Really?
Man.
Yeah, I sold their Comic Cons.
Oh, that's
Oof.
awesome.
So
I loved that magazine. Yeah, back in the day.
So we'll agree
That was
that
cool.
the suit is leaving to be desired, and seeing what it's going to come out of it and whatnot.
It's interesting. It's just like there's just that one little thing that's questionable to where I just don't know. Got to
But
see.
let's-
Yeah, no,
want to see more. of it.
yeah.
Let's talk about the whole reason these fellas are here.
Yes.
Ah,
Ew.
shucks. Hey,
Oh,
Oh,
guess we had a
shucks.
sale.
There it is.
Battle
Yeah, so
Chronicle Sol-Stryker. Let's give us the story, because the last time you were trying to launch Death Shroud. So let's talk.
Yeah, so with Death Shroud, that was with if you remember, the owner of that IP, Chad Larson, was on here with me last time, and that is that's his property, right? Like I was hired to work on it, and and he's like right now redeveloping it for like video games and stuff. So that's like the comic book side that's on pause. And so when that happened, like this was a project that I had been in my head. This Sol-Stryker thing was something that I first came up with back in like 2010, I think.
Wow.
It was originally just a
Gnarly.
superhero. Yeah, like right before I even broke into comics. This is like an idea I was throwing around, and it was originally the idea of a superhero, like a singular superhero who fights like monsters. Like think like this show Supernatural, but with the superhero kind of character.
Like the
And,
Paramount Monsters.
Okay.
Cool.
yeah. And the idea that like Universal monsters like Dracula,
Universal
like
Monsters, Paramount
werewolves,
Monsters.
yeah,
What am I talking
Oh.
about? Yeah.
werewolves, vampires, mummies, stuff like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
right? And so like I had this idea, and the original idea was like a superhero who had this like sword made of sunlight that killed vampires and monsters, and like the sword got passed down through generations, kind of like the Phantom, like a legacy kind of character. And I had this idea
I
for
like
a
it.
while, and
Good reference.
and I talked to Jason about it, and we really liked this idea, and we were spitballing it for a while, and time went on, right? And I started working at Aspen Comics and DC, and this just all kind of got put to the back burner. And around 2019, I had gotten a Switch the year before and a PS4, and I started getting back into video games. Like throughout college, I kind of took a break. Like I stopped around PS2, and I didn't really get back into it until like Breath of the Wild with the Switch. And when I at that
Sweet.
and so like I started playing Breath of the Wild, I started playing Final Fantasy 15, and at the same time I also started watching like all the animes that I had loved when I was a kid, like Gundam Wing and Dragon Ball Z. Like I just started like re-engaging with all this stuff. And I called Jason up and I was like, dude, do you remember the sun that character that we were doing? Like I have this idea to change it around completely and make like our version of like an RPG, like think of like a team
Saturday
book
morning
mixed with an
cartoon
RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like think of like
Okay.
XMen, like we were talking about before, like making like a wide cast of characters that like they're all unique, they're diverse, they'll have different points of view, and like there's not just like one singular character leading the book. It's like they're all the main characters, and like I just thought of like how would it be like if I could make my own like RPG game, like but as a comic book, and like just kind of blending all these things together that I loved growing up. And so we came up with this idea called Battle Chronicle Sol-Stryker, and it is a vast epic. It all takes place in a fictional world, and it has a real like character driven with heart, and like some really good messaging about like morality in it. And and if I'd love to read you the overall pitch here, the elevator pitch is
Yeah.
as war erupts across the battle-scarred land of Impera, the reluctant Princess Roxy Sakai and her rookie Sol-Stryker knights must band together to reclaim their kingdom and combat the Fomorian armies of Dracul that threaten to cast the world into eternal darkness. On their journey, they're going to reconcile truths from a concealed past, master the mysteries of the Solar Key, and unite peoples of disparate nations as they fight to bring salvation to their world. And yeah, it's basically them going on this quest to save their kingdom and find how they can bring peace to this world, and seeing how what maybe being disillusioned a little bit with like the institutions that you're fighting for, and like maybe who your enemies aren't necessarily bad, and maybe like the things you're fighting for might not necessarily be good, and how do you reconcile with when you find these moral dilemmas, how do you cut your path forward to following and doing the right thing, and
Right. Yeah.
yeah. And Jason, if you
What
want
what
to kick
no,
off
yeah,
that.
no, that's my favorite part. So what does it mean to be a hero, right? When the things that you've believed in your whole life gets turned on its head, right? What does it mean to be the one, like the chosen one or the special, when your purpose is, different, or is gonna create challenges for the world around you. And so, it's about doing what's truly right, being a pillar of light within a war. And like Ken was saying, when you look at the RPGs, especially you look at things like not just Final Fantasy, but things like Chrono Trigger and other games from that time. There was these really complex, in-depth stories, right? And so we really wanted to look at that and look at the Saturday morning cartoons and look at those, when you've got monsters and good guys and bad guys, and kind of turning those tropes on its head a little bit.
Yeah, and the primary the primary factions of the world is the ideas of the kingdom of Hikari, is this world, and the planet's called Impera, the world of Impera, and it's split into two factions, which is humans and this race of monstrous like creatures called Fomorians. And the Fomorians are they're vampires, they're werewolves, they're demons, they're gargoyles, they're all these kind of like creatures that thrive off night and shadow, and they're immortal beings that the only thing that can kill them is sunlight. And so this nation of Hikari, they've mastered their royal family has mastered the power of the solar key, and they've been able to weaponize and harness sunlight, and they've sort of siphoned it off into their elite soldiers called Soul-Strikers, and they all have these unique swords that are bonded to them through the solar key, and it's like the thing that can kill Fomorians. And so this world is in this sort of turmoil where the Fomorians feel very disenfranchised, and they've kind of been beaten off, like knocked off into the outer rims of the realm where it's like not very fertile land, and they're struggling to survive. And the kingdom of Hikari seems to have everything, but these monsters, they kill people, and they kill innocent people, and they feed on them. And it's this internal struggle between these two nations is where we start the book, and where and how this how the boiling point, sort of, so to speak, is in book one, where it sort of tips over and kind of sets all our characters onto their adventure.
So VK, real quick, as
Sorry,
we're looking, as I'm sharing some of the character designs, if you guys were able to get this live action, can I vote for Jason Momoa playing Ethan Santos?
Well,
I'll take this as a compliment.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
No, it's funny because I actually always saw him as Freddie Prinze Jr., which is funny. Like older now, like that kind of like cool. But yeah, it's funny though. Jason Momoa, you're right. He could definitely pull that off for sure.
Yeah.
But so yeah, just to and circle back on that, Ken, V Ken touched on it. The magic is the key is a part is in the world. It's in the through the fabric of the world. It comes out through the plants, through the wildlife, and so it's this natural resource. And so Hikari, like an Amazon or a Walmart or something, has from an economic standpoint has really locked down that resource. And so all the technology in the world is powered through this one resource. And that's where, we talked about other parts of the world, like the Fomorians and like other nations in the world that have been, they've been locked out of that resource.
Also, VK borrowed some of his inspiration from Shinra then.
What's funny is that's so funny. I never actually even thought about that when I was because it's not quite like the idea of like the Mako being like the lifeblood in Final Fantasy. It's not so much that. It's more like it's not like it's being drained. It's more of this thing that's being hoarded. And it's in this world, there's solar key and shadow key, and it's this equilibrium of the two that kind of keeps the world in harmony. And the Fomorians being the ones who thrive on shadow, that is it's less about who controls, like less about hoarding it and more about how much of it is being controlled by one side or the other.
So let me ask you, how much, I know you guys are kickstarting book one
Mhm.
and whatnot. How much of the story have you actually kind of at least loosely storyboarded out or have written out beyond
Yeah,
book
so
one?
yeah, so book one is a 52-page book, 52 pages of story, 64 pages total, because we've got some back matter, some sketches, and some pinups and behind the scenes stuff. But we're planning on
DVD
doing
extras.
yeah, DVD extras. We're planning on doing 12 books, so each one being
Oh,
between
nice.
48 and 52 pages. And we have the outline done for the whole thing. This whole first book is completely penciled and inked and written, and we still need to have it lettered and colored, and that's the part that's the step we're in right now. But yeah, we've already started writing issue 2 and or book 2. They're kind of, they're in between issues and graphic novels, or we're calling them graphic novels because they're going to be square bound. They're going to be this really premium product that is like they're like mini graphic novels essentially, and we're calling them books because we want to
Perfect
thread the
bound.
line between, yeah, perfect, but we want to thread the line between traditional what people think of comic books and like storybooks, you know, like fantasy storybooks. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
we were thinking about calling them chapters at one point, but we thought that'd be too confusing, so we're going with the calling book 1, book 2, book 3. Yeah,
Nice.
and we've got our Kickstarter's up now. If you go to Kickstarter and search Battle Chronicle Sol-Stryker or just Sol-Stryker, SOL-STRYKER. Yeah, we've got 8 different variant covers. I did 5 of them, and each one highlights one of the main Sol-Stryker characters. And then we have variant covers from comic book legends Brett Booth, Joe Benitez, and Sue Lee, which is really cool. And we also have metal versions of all the covers available as well. So you can get the front cover printed on aluminum metal that's going to be attached to the book, which is another special.
Oh, sweet.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. And we also have, we've got a ton of cool merch on some of the reward tiers too. We've got a sticker pack, we've got a metal poster, we've got bookmarks, like metal, like collectible bookmarks. We've got a hat and a t-shirt combo, which is cool. We're working with a company that works with punk rock bands and rock bands who make their merch. So it's going to be like a really cool, like high quality stuff. It's not like we're just ironing this ourselves. It's like going to be like cool like merch. Yeah. The hat's going to have the Sol-Stryker logo stitched onto the front, which is cool. And then we've got some original art tier rewards too for like all the premium art collectors. I'm selling 3 of the covers, covers A, C, and D. And yeah, and those are up for sale as well. And then also some commission tiers that I'm doing for like half bodies, full figures, and bust sketches that could be packed in with some of the different reward tiers. So yeah, well, I mean, we're super excited about it. I've been working on it, like I said, I've been working on this version of it since at least 2019. So it's been a long time coming and put a ton of work into it. And it's if you love video games, if you love like what I've been telling people, if you love like Final Fantasy, Zelda, XMen, Green Lantern, Dragon Ball Z, Gundam Wing, this is the book for you. Like,
Nice.
and another thing I keep forgetting to tell when we talk about this stuff is that a huge portion of the story has to do with like mechs. So like Gundam like type, like they're called Paladine armor, and it's like, you know, like a mech kind of think like Mech Warrior or like
sweet.
Escaflowne or Gundam.
Yeah, that's
That's a
So-
whole part.
looking thing.
Yeah.
So if you ever wanted to
VK,
see
I'm
a
gonna
mech
do.
fighting a vampire, mech fighting
Oh.
dragons, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
So VK, I'm going to do you one better. So for the folks that are interested in going right to the Kickstarter page, just head on over to crashinggamenight.com. Go to our contributors and guest
Hey.
page.
There we go.
Go look at VK's profile, and the link to the Kickstarter is directly on his profile.
Oh,
That's
thank
awesome.
you, man.
Sweet.
Thank
There
you
we
so
go.
much.
That's really
Awesome.
cool.
Thank you
So-
so much.
And this is why VK loves us.
Love you guys. Love you guys so much.
But no, that's fantastic. And you know, kind of we're
I
already
already
at
pledged
that hour mark.
Oh,
Of
thank you,
course you
Theo.
did.
while we're talking.
Thank you so
Um,
much, Theo.
But so when you look at your plans for distribution, is it going to be a by mail service? Is it going to be digital, or are we going to be looking at it being available in comic book stores?
So
So
right now,
there's a retail
for-
option. Go ahead.
yeah, well, yeah. So right now with the Kickstarter, right now when we're funding them this way, it's only going to be available right now through the Kickstarter, which was there is a digital PDF option for you to get, but all the other ones are physical rewards that we will be shipping out ourselves. So the expected ETA time on that is going to be in December. That's allowing for, I mean, I'm hoping possibly we'll get them out sooner, but that's like the target date is December. And we do have a retail tier that's on the Kickstarter. If you have your local comic book store and you think this is cool and you want them to check it out, it comes with 8 copies of cover A, 8 copies of cover B, and 1 copy of cover B that I do a remark sketch on, like a little head sketch, for your retailer to sell. And so that in this version of it, like I'm saying, this perfect bound version with this graphic novel format, this is only gonna be available right now right now through the Kickstarter. So God willing, this it blows up and we fund and we're able to do issue 2 and stuff. Maybe way down the line there might be a different version possibly. But that it would be a far different format, and it would not be the same sort of collectible value that this first set has. So, and it's super important, if this is something you're interested in, that you fund or that you back now, because we are a very small independent publisher. This is like as indie as it gets. Me and Jason are funding this completely ourselves up to this point, and we're putting everything we have into it to make it look as big budget and as mainstream as possible. So like I said, I'm doing all the art. Andrew Dahlhaus
that's what I wanted
to
that's what I wanted to say is that's why we need the support, because Ken has worked night and day. V Ken's worked night and day to draw this thing, and it's some of the best art that he's ever done. I think he was just about to say we've got Andrew Dahlhaus doing the colors, Joss Reed doing the letters, and that's why we need the support, because it's drawn, it's inked, but we need the backing to get the colors in, to get the letters in, and of course to do the printing.
The printing and shipping is a huge cost too. Yeah. So so that's what we're raising the funding for. And and I, any support that you guys out there listening want to show our way, we appreciate it so much from the bottom of our hearts. And if for whatever reason, like, you want to support but you can't financially afford it, we totally get it. Like, the times are tough. If you could just share it, put it out on your social medias, tell your friends, anyone that likes comic books, like, get the word out there and let them know that this is like a fun, just kick-ass adventure that's gonna be coming your way. Like, we want to make it as big and as bombastic and as fun, and like you said, the feeling you get.
I want you to feel like you're watching a Saturday morning cartoon. Yeah, that's your it's that nostalgia. We were talking about that stuff at the beginning. The one of the main characters, Axel, his parents' name is Philip and Vivian.
Yes.
But it's that feeling,
nice.
right? Of when things were, it was fun to read comics, it was fun to consume that stuff. That's what we're trying to create.
Yeah.
Who was watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when they named those characters? One last thing, VK, have you guys considered hooking up with any of these like comic events like Fan Expo or anything like that to get on the creator halls to kind of get this out more, as well as, you've got your own pieces. I know you do Comic-Con stuff like that, but have you guys thought about branching out more to kind of get the word out there?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna be right now, in like, once this gets funded and we've got product to bring to shows, that is definitely something that we're going to do. Right now I'm gonna be doing a con tour this summer. So I'm gonna be at Heroes Con, North Carolina in June. Then I'm gonna be at Garden State Comic Fest in Jersey in June, and then I'm gonna be in White Plains, New York at Undiscovered Realm, a Comic-Con in June as well. June's packed month for me.
Nice.
And in Connecticut in August, I'll be at Terrificon. And I'm also going to be at Wicked Awesome Con in Boston, which is, I believe, August as well. So
nice.
And then New York Comic Con in October. So if you're in this area, like Northeast kind of area, or even South North Carolina, I'm going to be
New England,
all over. Yeah. So
nice.
Come by, check it out. I'm going to be talking about the book. I've got posters for the book available for sale, as well as original art and all my stuff for DC Comics as well that I will have with me. So
nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So our goal with this, like, hoping, God willing, we get funded and we're able to do multiple books. Like, our long-term vision of this, we've got our little indie publisher.
More stories. We
have our little indie publisher name is called Neon Frontier Studios, and like the dream is to have Sol-Stryker going, and then also be like scouts for like other kind of like creators coming up that want to publish, and we'll publish other people's works too. So that's kind of like, we want to make like a really premium publishing house that tells like really cool stories that make you feel like a kid again, and at the same time give you stories that actually make you think. They're just not just like throwaway kind of like just adventure, but it's like it's adventure that makes you think, with also like brings you right back to when you were staying up late watching Toonami, like watching Dragon Ball Z
Yeah.
Uncut, that's totally the vibe we're going for. So yeah, I hope everyone is able to check it out and give it a follow if you something you think you want to read, because we really appreciate everyone who shows us support from Bob.
Yeah, please check him out, because and check out the Kickstarter page, because the characters look amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, being a collector myself, I can already kind of see, like, if I could see them as figures too, like that'd be sick.
Oh, dude,
Or even or even like in like animated, like I can already kind of picture like their
I want an
fighting
RPG. I want
styles.
a
Or
tabletop
like it'd be
RPG.
cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
It really does look great, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, the characters are like
Thank you
really
so
cool
much.
looking.
That's so nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
VK and Jason, I'm gonna kind of put you on the spot, but you can feel free to plead the fifth or not. If you were to recommend on which cover I should buy of the middle variant, which should it be?
Well,
Hot
okay,
Roxy.
so I think the Hot Roxy, which is the H Chase variant, that's the one that's like the Chase cover that you can only get as a metal or in a pack as a standard cover with the other one. So that's probably like the rarest one. But I think
okay.
the most popular one so far has been cover A. Has been this
Star
kind
Wars
of like
cover.
the homage to movie poster covers. My personal favorite cover is cover B. It's the first one I drew for the series, and that's the one that the art that I'm not selling, that's not available. That's like, that one's very special to me. So yeah, so I like them all though. So yes.
See, I'm surprised Theo just asked the question, like, how does he get a signed copy?
I mean,
I got you, bro.
I will find the opportunity.
Yeah.
There'll be a time if I have to go to New England, like it's gonna happen.
Come out to one of the cons.
All right. Well, with that, folks, I want to thank everybody who crashed in the game night tonight, joined these fine fellas, talk about Battle Chronicle, and if VK would just hurry up and finish Final Fantasy, they could really, really talk about it. But
It's okay. None of us
save that for another episode, because I had to remind.
Come back. I'm gonna come
dude,
back.
I had to remind you, you had an open invite. Like, seriously, anytime, buddy. But no, seriously, I think everyone that crashed in game night tonight, watching the live stream, even if you were lurking, I know you're gonna catch this on YouTube or one of the podcast platforms. I would be remiss though if I always end the show this way, but it seems it holds more value after the events of what's happened in the US over the last week, as well as the way things are overseas and everything. But during all these just stressful times, what's going on, just please, everybody, just be excellent to each other.
That's all. That's right. All of you nerds out there. VK, Jason, thank you guys so much for joining again.
Thank you.
And once again, VK, crash anytime, baby, please. And also, we just want to
Jason too. Come on now.
Jason too. Yeah. Of course.
There's more we need to learn about Jason. We've got these Legos in the background. We've got some tabletop to talk about.
Questions.
Come on
A
now.
lot of collector questions. You're absolutely right. That's my bad, of course. But I also just want to continue.
Sorry, VK, you're still a favorite, though. You're still a favorite.
Still want to present, that same message out there. Let's just all just try to do and be a little better. Let's practice a little bit more patience, especially with how things are going, in the US right now and even abroad. Let's just try and lend a helping hand, be a little patient, be a little courteous, and try and help out. Let's just try and be better and be safe out there. And J-Rock, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, VK, I love having you on. You're my anti-Marvel guy as well. Love it.
Jeez.
Jason, I hope you are too. I will love you even more. But Jason, yeah, VK, both you guys always have invites on this lovely couch that's been sat on quite frequently. You know,
You need a new one.
hey,
Yeah, it's
hey,
time
you know
for a
what?
new
Yeah.
one.
Maybe I'll
start
start a
doing that.
Kickstarter
You
for that.
start
No, I'm just
looking.
Start shopping IKEA.
I know, right? I'm gonna
Gotta start walking the maze, the IKEA maze.
Let me pause. Yeah, the IKEA maze where you just follow the lights on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, thank you guys. Thank you guys for being on tonight. You know, I kind of need to make a joke because VK, your room is so bright, so suddenly bright, and Jason, you know, the gloomy gray, you know, I mean, it's a
Yeah,
little, I don't know
Oh,
if
the
it
light
was
and the
planned
shadow a
that
little bit, maybe.
way,
Uh-oh.
you
Little yin
know?
yang. I don't know.
Oh,
I
that's
don't know where you're
planned
going with
that
this though.
way.
Because we
That's
know
pretty
we're
cool.
promoting you guys, but no, I mean, I really hope it does really well. You know, it
Thank you.
looks really great. I get like for me, I get a little bit of a D&D vibe as well that's added
Yep.
into it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, Jason, I
yes.
was thinking a modern version of the animated D&D Saturday
Yeah,
morning
like,
cartoon show.
yeah, that
Mm,
old school
okay.
D&D,
Cool.
like
Yeah.
you know, I had that little feeling just scrolling over through the characters. You know, like each one has their
Definitely, there's
specific,
definitely
like,
some Vox Machina in this. Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
definite some love in there, and you know, I hope it does well. It sounds amazing. You know, I might try and grab one myself. I'll figure out which variant. You know, maybe we'll sweet talk VK after the show and be like, "Yo, come on, bro, come on." No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, guys, you guys are more than welcome to come back. Always having you a pleasure on. You know, and Jason, yes, we do need to go through the whole background. Like, I mean,
I'll give you a tour.
just I know it's we can spend an episode just going on tours with like people's background one day. One day we'll background jump everybody and be like, yo, like
Yep.
To all my action figures and
yeah,
Gundams
all the
are
action
back
figures,
here.
pull them out, you know, like
Yes.
take little pictures of it, you know, but another time. But the one time that never ceases to elude us, my man, Theowalski, send us out like you do.
Again, VK, Jason, thank you so much. We can't wait to have you on again, whether it's your own show or together or crashing somebody else's show. It don't matter, but
For
we want you
real.
back. But to all our listeners out there, to all our watchers, till next time, TTFN, ta-ta for now.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.